This video will show you how to draw a door elevation in AutoCAD. So this here is my tiny little house floor plan I need to create an elevation for. And here's the start of the elevation, including the walls and roof. All we need to add to finish this is the door elevation, and I'll be drawing a simple glazed door that you might typically see being used as a back door. Before I begin drawing on the door though, I need to check that everything within my plan is sized correctly, meaning everything is a brick dimension. So what I mean by this is that the overall size of the house and the door's aperture here fits between full bricks. Now you could run the maths on this and calculate the correct distances, but I have this brick block that visualizes the bricks, meaning I can just check visually rather than pulling out the calculator. This saves me so much time considering I do this every day. For those who don't have this guide, the typical size of a building brick is 215mm wide, 65mm tall and 102.5mm thick, and the mortar joints between each of the bricks is typically 10mm. For those of you who don't want to do the maths, check the link in the description and fill out the form so I can send you my block file download, including the brick guide and all these other architectural blocks guaranteed to help out. So as you can see, the building lines up with the brick guide and the door fits in between the bricks too. A typical front door in the UK is around about 910mm wide, much like I have here. Using XL, which is the construction line, I'm going to define the left and right hand side of my door for our elevation. Then I will draw a line across our floor level and raise this by 2100mm or 2.1 meters, as this is the standard height for a door. This rectangle here is where my door is going to be fitted. Now let's actually draw the door. To begin with, I'll select the layer that I've used for my walls so far, and this will be to indicate the opening into the building. And I'll simply do this by drawing in a rectangle. Then, using the door layer, I'll draw a 50mm tall rectangle across the bottom of the doorway to create the sill. Then I'll use another rectangle around the rest of the door above my sill. Once both of these rectangles are in place, I will offset the upper rectangle inwards by 50mm. After that, using the same process again, I'm going to offset by 100mm to create the frame around our glass. At this point, you could be done, but I only want the glazing to be on the upper portion of the door, so I'm going to raise the bottom of the glazing to be 1 meter from the ground level. And the way I'll do this is just by drawing in a line from the ground level up by 1000mm and then stretch the rectangle up until this point. Lastly, I want to include a bit of detail on this empty part of the door, so I'll begin by mirroring our glazing. Then I will move our rectangle down by 150mm. And then I'm going to set the bottom of this rectangle against the bottom of the door so that I can then move it up by another 100mm. And to distinguish this from the glazing, I'll add another 25mm offset to create the square detail you find on a lot of UPVC doors. And just like that, you're done. Delete the construction lines and you're set. If you're lazy, like me, and you don't want to repeat this process every time, make sure to save this door elevation for later use, or take a look at the link in the description to join the email list where I'll send you this free CAD block file, early bird discounts for my up and coming architectural floor plans course, and discounts for one-on-one tutoring. Check it out, it's free, it saves you hours, and it's ready to go right now.